Hello, Lukas. Could you give an introduction about yourself?
Hello, my name is Lukas. I'm from Slovakia and I'm 22 years old.
22, huh?
Current
You looked
22
older.
years.
Interesting. Uh, in Slovakia, were you born there? I'm presuming so.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm born in Slovakia and I still live in Slovakia.
Okay. Now, what brought you to the real world?
The internet.
Of course.
uh, it was about maybe one and a half year ago when I first came across Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate. And first time I saw them, I wasn't sure if I believe what they were talking about, and I'm sure that everyone knows that there was a time when Tate brothers were all of the internet,
hmm
and that was also a time when I was researching them and studying their podcasts and their thoughts, and then I realized I actually started to believe them, and by the time I believed them more and more and more, and now I'm a member of the real world.
hmm Okay, nice. What campuses did you get into when you joined the real world?
When I joined, it was actually in the beginning of this year,
hmm
and this is the only thing I regret about the real world. It is only me and my mistake that I was just observing campuses and I wasn't doing any work
hmm
because I believe that if I started back then in the beginning of this year, I would be far
Further.
way better in this business I'm actually in.
All right. What was your reason then for just observing and not going into it straight away?
You know, I'm a kind of person that doesn't believe everything I see
Skeptical. Yeah.
straight away. Not a skeptical, but I before I start something, I wanna be sure that it is my choice to start it and not some emotional or some FOMO or some hype I saw on the internet. So I was just observing it, making my points, and thanks to that, I figured out that it really works.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. At what point did you start taking it seriously? Then how long ago?
It was about after 4 months,
hmm
maybe in April this year. Yes, April this year I started in affiliate marketing campus.
hmm
There I learned to edit short form videos, but I didn't have much time because I had to work a lot in my previous job.
hmm
So then I needed new money fast coming into my bank account. So and it was at the time when content creation plus AI campus
It
came
just came
in
out.
the game, and I switched to the content creation plus AI campus, and I realized that I can offer the service I learned in affiliate marketing campus and make a retainer from it.
hmm Interesting. Usually people say they find out they can offer as a service through the client acquisition campus, but you're saying through the content creation. What lessons was it that made you realize you could offer your service to other people?
Mm, it it wasn't a lesson.
hmm
Uh, it wasn't a specific lesson. It was, I think that Luke's recording or
Ah,
Luke's
yeah.
lesson
Luke's
on the
brain or whatever
mindset
it's called. Yeah, that's
on
uploaded
the
in
mindset that the money are everywhere and we just have to use our brain to find a way to provide value for
Mhm.
other people and then we get paid, and I just sat down, thought about what value I can really provide in online space, and it was making short form content. So I tried it, and it worked.
Did you implement AI into your short form content?
Yes, a little bit.
Nice. Little bit meaning just the images then from Midjourney or something else?
It was actually 11 labs for
Hmm.
voiceovers
Okay.
for my clients, and not a mid journey, but something similar, ideogram.
Hmm.
It also makes images, not as good as the mid journey, but it's free. And back then I didn't, I had to find the
Right.
free version, but it works also really good.
Hmm. And how did you land your first client?
It was through my really good friend. They have a company, and they started to do podcasts, and they reached out to the fitness trainer they wanted to do podcast with, and he asked them if they could also make videos for him.
Hmm.
And the reason they told me about it was that I learned video editing, that friend.
Hmm.
And after that we settled terms and conditions with the first client, and it was in.
Okay. Then have you landed any other clients or is that the sole client for now?
No, it was the first, and after that I landed five more on my own.
Ooh.
So
Explain. What was
now,
the process there?
hmm?
Explain what the process there was.
It was, I think, in the first month I started to reach out to other clients. I managed to land four clients, and it was two of them was through cold DMs, and two of them were fr- were from my first client, because they saw my work on his profile, this video I made. So they asked him who makes videos for him, and he told that I'm doing it. So they wanted it too.
Hmm. Okay, very cool. And in terms of income, then, what has that translated to, having all those clients?
It's been a very interesting journey for me, because before all of that I have never made any money online.
Hmm.
So it is first time I'm making money online, and it's been about a little bit more than $3,500 US dollars in less than 2 months.
Yep. What's the average wage in Slovakia? Just wondering. Do you know?
Average wage in Slovakia is about 900 to 1,000 euros
Or-
a month. That's about 100 1,100 or to 1,200 US dollars.
So you're basically making that now. The average wage of like a normal job. You're at that
Yes,
stage, and now
yes. I'm
from here it
now
just scales up, right?
I'm now on a $1,700
Oh,
retainer from those clients.
nice. So coming up to double, pretty much double the average wage.
Yes.
And this is something that can scale. You're not locked into a 9 to 5 job where your wage will remain stagnant for years. You can actually scale this. So very, very interesting. That's great to hear.
Thank
I guess
you.
since I mentioned scaling, where do you see this heading for you then in the short term, medium term, long term?
In the short term, my next goal is to scale it to at least $3,500 a month retainer, so I can I can fully quit my job to work only on this online business. And after that, I'm seeing a big opportunity not only in making those videos as an editor, but also providing marketing services with that in terms of how to structure those videos. So I'm planning not to be only editor, but also kind of social media marketing agency for brands on organic for organic marketing.
Hmm. Nice. Specifically organic, or would you get into paid ads later?
Uh, for now, specifically organic to build up brands on Instagram or YouTube. And after that, I think that content creation opens a lot of doors for me. And to be honest, I still think that 2 months are still not that long time.
Mhm.
So I still think that I'm a kind of beginner in
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. Fair.
So I think that by as time goes, by the end of this year, I will be able to see a lot more opportunities
Mhm.
than I am now. So who knows? Maybe one day I'll be doing paid content creation for paid ads, and we'll be charging margins from every sale ads I will do make.
Mhm. Okay, nice. I like that. And I look forward to seeing your progress with that at some point, doing follow up to hold you accountable to what you just said.
Thank
All right.
you.
Now, how different would you say the material is and the resources within the real world compared to what you could have found out on the internet?
I think that the biggest reason is I think the biggest difference in the real world and other courses is that in my experience, almost every course I bought or joined before the real world, it was like they made videos, for example, in January, and those videos were in the course also in September of the same year. So in the real world, the biggest difference is that every day we are getting a new and actual informations which I can apply the same day they tell us.
Hmm. Right, right, right. Yeah, it's constantly up to date. Like every week, you'll find something new being updated or new information. So definitely, I love that as well. Now, how different would you say your average day is since you've joined the real world? Has it changed? What does it look like now compared to average day before?
My average day is I have more work to do,
Oh no!
and
What a tragedy.
I'm fine with it because I really have to thank you to Tate Brothers and the real world because since I joined, I'm making more money. My physique is a lot better. I'm healthier. I'm I'm genuinely working or with my family or with my buddies. So that's all my days. And these last 2 months have has been the best 2 months in my life. I think the attitude I learned to to approach life in general, to approach people, to approach business, relationships, money, everything.
Hmm. That's beautiful to hear. So, what do you say to people who call that excessive, working so much?
I think that the excessive work is very healthy, very healthy for everybody. Because what's the alternative? Just laying down on your couch and doing nothing.
But there is some context there because if it's excessive work for someone else in a corporate job, then that kind of work is draining. But when you know you're
Yes,
putting in work into something you're building yourself and you know you have a vision for it, you know where it can scale, then it's fulfilling because you're building something of your own.
yes, good point.
Yeah. What would you say was the biggest challenge you faced when you were implementing lessons from the real world?
Biggest challenge for me was time managing because my current job is a salesman.
Mhm.
So I'm not working specifically from, let's say, 9 to 5. I work as I manage my time. And to be honest, my work never stops because I can, because sometimes my clients from my job can call me any time of the day.
Mhm.
And this was the biggest challenge to manage work, fitness, and also my new online business. But the real world has all the courses and all the information I needed to manage all of that. So now, thanks to all these informations and courses that are within the real world, my days, I think that I can genuinely make double the work in double more work in double less time.
Mhm. Very nice. Okay. What would you say for impact that the Tates have had on you?
Big, very big, because and very positive in a very positive way, because for example, last 2 weeks have been also the hardest weeks of my life because of some health issues and a lot of going on in my family. And I think that if I wouldn't listening to dates and taking their advice on masculinity and how men should work, I wouldn't be able to handle all of this pressure I've had on my shoulders last 2 weeks. And this is the biggest thanks to Tate Brothers I have in my heart,
Mhm.
honestly.
Wow. How long have you been listening to them now?
It's been more than 1.5 year,
Mhm. It really
about
does. It
one
really
and a
does
half year.
change you, doesn't it?
Yes, really does.
And it's put to the test now.
I really remember. I can remember that. Yes, it was last year, this time, or in August last year. I believed in depression, and today I refuse it
Mhm.
as as soon as it doesn't even cross my mind
Mhm.
that the depression exists. So this is the thing that helped me to handle these past weeks.
Right. Very interesting. Since you're seeing the world in a different way now, actually, no, I think that won't be ideal to get into. So I'll rephrase it to what about people around you? How did they see the world? Is it similar to how you see it now or different to how you were before as well?
Um, it is slightly different, and in a positive, very positive way, because back then I didn't really know what to do. I was kind of a lone wolf because I realized even 1.5 year that ago that you are who you surround yourself with. And back then I didn't have any people in my circle I wanted to spend time with. And and the mistake I was making was my mindset. And my mindset was there are no people in my town that are people I want to spend time with. And by the time I was listening to Tate, I realized that it isn't about people who I'm looking for. It is about me, and it is about and that it is my job to make myself worth of their company. So I started to work on myself more, and now I can pretty confident. I can say with confidence that like-minded individuals and ambitious individuals are everywhere. You just have to look for them. You just have to become one, and then it's not just about you are who you surround yourself with, but who you are, you attract to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Can 100% attest to that because as I've changed as a person, that's exactly what has happened. Started attracting the people on same wavelength in a way. I don't know how else to say it, but yeah, that is the beauty of life, and I'm pretty sure it's the same for everyone. So yeah, and since I just said pretty sure it's the same for everyone, let me think how to phrase this.
Sure.
I see you believe in the power of the mind and just how much you can accomplish with the right mindset and speaking to yourself the right way, not being around the wrong people. What I'm wondering how to phrase this into a question. Why do you actually know? Because this is going off topic. It's like I want to say, why do you think some people just can't comprehend that? Because it's there's the divide there. The divide between the lower class, so-called, and upper class is the upper class understand the
Mhm.
power of the mind, whereas lower class think, ah, no, it can't be something that simple. It's
Mhm.
my job or something else. They just blame external circumstances, not understanding that if they improve their mindset, physicality, and mind, then they'd be able to progress as well. I don't know. Does that ring any bells? I know that was completely random, but it's just a thought you gave me.
I don't know how to rephrase it into question, but answer to what you just said would be from me that it is a really easy way out to just think that it can be that simple, because most of the times the best thing you can do is the simplest. What is the best thing you can do for apps, for example?
Go to the gym
Just
and stop
just
eating shit.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. So I guess people do know what they need to do. There's always that voice in your head where you know what the correct thing to do is, but you just don't listen to it.
Yes, it's self-sabotage.
Yeah. And there's so many distractions, everything in the world. But that's at this point getting off topic. When we do follow-up interview, we can talk more about this. But for now, let's see. How's the community within the real world? Since you said you were a lone wolf, has it helped you to interact with people within the real world, or do you just focus on the courses there?
At the beginning, I focused focused only on courses, because I really didn't have enough time to also learn courses
Yep.
and do the work and socialize in community. So I made my priority that it is lessons and work. And it's really funny because I have never experienced this, but every time I posted my win into the channels, I received more than 5 friend requests, and people were congratulating to me,
Congratulating. Yes.
congratulating, sorry, were congratulating to me, and were asking how I did it, what was my strategy to outreach, what service do I provide, and it's really fascinating to see all of the support, also from teachers and also from all of the peers and
Yeah.
students within the real world.
All right. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm happy to wrap up then with a final question For people who are unsure about joining the real world because maybe they think it could be a scam, what advice would you have to them?
Wait a second, I have to think that through. How to say it?
You can just say, "You are right. Don't join.
Yes.
We don't need more competition. Goodbye."
Yes. If you think that the real world is a scam, it's fine, but I always recommend to try it because, in my opinion, I think that buying $50 sneakers you don't need is a bigger scam than buy $50 education course or some platform like the real world where you can learn and pick from 18 modern wealth creation methods. And who knows, maybe you will try and you will lose money because maybe you won't make it, but on the other side, maybe you try it and you will succeed.
Mhm. All right. Good way of putting it. Okay, so Lukas, enjoyed this conversation. It was great
Me too.
to see you practicing your English. Look forward to seeing how that continues to improve as we do follow ups in future.
Thank you.
But you've done very well in terms of speaking. Was comprehensive. Yeah, everything was good. And yeah, we can wrap up.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I look forward to that follow up interview and wish you all the best.
You too.